Hello and welcome to another edition of the Reserve Report, your source for what's going on locally and around the Reserve. I'm your host, Corporal Music. Reserve Marines are having a harder time getting orders due to a temporary suspension of non-essential billets during fiscal year 2014. In order to ensure that the force does not exceed 39,600 on September 30th, Headquarters of Marine Corps will now be handling the approval process. Check out MAR Admin 429/14 for more information. Back in Louisiana, Marine Corps Support Facility New Orleans hosted a Train the Trainer course for the new Lance Corporal Leadership and Ethics Seminar, which is being implemented Marine Corps-wide. Senior enlisted Marines from across the Reserve gathered August 27th to learn the principles behind the new course. The new seminar is a required professional military education course created to empower Lance Corporals and address issues junior Marines face today. In our first story, Mortuary Affairs Marines got the opportunity to teach partner nations about the importance of their job during an exercise in Slovenia. Marines with Personnel Retrieval and Processing Company, also known as Mortuary Affairs, taught partner nations about the procedure and importance of their job during Exercise Immediate Response 2014 in Vipava, Slovenia.
This exercise is to give the Slovenian Army a little training on what our job is, how to process human remains, or at least how the Marine Corps does it, to help them be more prepared for mass casualty and disasters of that nature. It gives us a chance to brush up on our skills and make sure that we are teaching other militaries correctly, and basically gives a chance to expose other countries to our practices and how we do things. Our unit is comprised of 100% reservists. All of us bring different experiences and different real-life experience to the table.
The Marines discovered the daunting task of teaching other nations whose first language isn't English.
They understand English pretty well. We've had to slow down a little bit here and there and not use as many acronyms as we would normally use, amongst Marines. But other than that, it's been pretty smooth. Being a reservist and being able to come to this exercise, it gives us a different experience than just going to drill every weekend. We get to come to these foreign countries and to experience some of the culture and some of the military practices they have here to help us kind of better understand our allies.
Reporting from Vipava, Slovenia, I'm Corporal Music. In our next story, Marines with 4th Assault Amphibian Battalion honed their skills with amphibious assault vehicle training in Jacksonville, Florida. Lance Corporal Sarah Graham has the story.
Reserve Marines with 4th Assault Amphibian Battalion participated in amphibious assault vehicle training in Jacksonville, Florida, August 13, 2014, which included splashing off the back of a maritime pre-positioning ship.
Splash starts with we get on the ship and we do inspections in the vehicle, make sure that they are ready for water operations as well as land. We go through and we check everything, make sure that all of our hydraulic systems that power us through the water are capable. As soon as we are ready to splash, we close up all the hatches to maintain watertight integrity. We get the splash from the ship and we do movements from the ship to the shore.
The purpose of this exercise was to show that, we can still mobilize tracks to be effective against an enemy force. We have our annual training 2 weeks, and then we have random trainings like this throughout the year, just to keep all of our, not just our Lance Corporals, but also our Corporals, Sergeants, and above fresh, and everything's fresh in mind, just in case AAVs are ever called up to do anything.
This was actually my first time splashing off ship. It was an awesome experience, I loved it. And I feel like it's very important because on a deployment, on a MU, something like that, that's what we'll be doing, so training ops like this is important.
Being able to conduct ship-to-shore operations, just in case for that one day we do get a call, we are ready and we are proficient enough in our MOS that we are able to support the fight. There's instant camaraderie and an instant bond in the AM tracker community. Riding in these vehicles is an amazing experience. If you've never been able to do it, it's up there. It's a good adrenaline rush, splashing off the back of a ship.
Reporting from Jacksonville, Florida, I'm Lance Corporal Sarah Graham.
Here in the Big Easy, Marine Light Attack Helicopter Squadron 773 retired the UH-1 November in a ceremonial final flight aboard Naval Air Station Joint Reserve Base, New Orleans.
I was a lieutenant at the El Toro Air Show. It was 1994. I was manning my Huey static display as a new PQM when an older gentleman stood back and just stared for a good while, a bit uncomfortably at my Huey. After an uncomfortable pause, he asked me in a kind of shaky voice, do you mind if I touch it? And I kind of looked at him and said, well, no, sir. Come on forward. And he slowly and reverently approached the aircraft and placed his hands on the cargo deck as I stood behind him, and I saw him start to shake a little bit, and then I could actually hear him crying. I really didn't know what to do, so I walked up, put my hand on his shoulder, and he grabbed my hand, and he told me that his brothers that didn't come home, that were now stuck on the wall, the Vietnam Memorial, flew their last flight in a UH-1 November. After a minute, he thanked me and slowly walked off. That wasn't my Huey at the air show. It was his and a whole generation's. The UH-1 November is American history. It's a touchstone aircraft of combat for a full generation.
That about does it for this edition of the Reserve Report. As always, for more news, photos, and videos, check out our website at www.marferez.marines.mil. I'm Corporal Brittany Music. Thanks for watching.